Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerge from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back. Back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flush to his right, and his first pass is incomplete. Well, this defense for the Saints, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another first down. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Now back to throw. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. DJ Moore, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taylor now from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Jameis to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. Now Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw, Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And how about for Alvin Kamara? Another great year that he's coming off of as an all-around player, but especially as a pass catcher. 81 receptions each of his first 3 NFL seasons. Last year added 2 more to finish with 83, the most by any running back in the NFL. An awfully dangerous man in the open field.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Jeremy Chinn, the Panthers' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Winston. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lutz good on the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. They'll try and throw for it here. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And incomplete on the deep ball. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A give. This is Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing, Winston. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Play fake. Winston. This is caught. And the Saints are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Kamara. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Now Winston on 4th down. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
Defense wins championships, baby. Check 31, check 31.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He gets it complete to Jackson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 77 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. On play action, they'll throw. To the sideline for Thomas. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. This is complete to Michael Thomas. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw is Winston. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half here, Winston. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Taylor now from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. As pressure comes in, he's brought down. It's a Panther sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the gun, Winston. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you...
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
2nd and 2. That'll be caught by Anderson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes.
Touchdown, Carolina! Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. Now Matt Rule keeping the offense on the field to go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taylor now from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Winston throw complete there to Thomas. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And a nifty catch there for a first down by Michael Thomas. Still getting used to the fact that it's not Drew Brees throwing him passes. Never really 100% in 2020. Battled some injuries along the way. Ended up only suiting up for 7 games, 40 catches. That's a tough drop because in 2019, had 149 catches, an NFL record.
Here comes the Saints punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is brought in at the 21. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Demario Davis, Saints leading tackler last year, in on the stop that time. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They go play action here on first down. It's caught by Jackson. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. I'll tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people are calling it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
Sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there. A big touchdown, Panthers. That's caught. Ian Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Taylor now from the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Breaks. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Touchdown. Adam Troutman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Back to throw. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. They'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. An incredible play there on 4th down in their own territory. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey, and they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They'll go with the keeper. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
is up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. On the return, it's Taylor. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have a little bit of time here to get in the field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Winston to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Defensively now, the ultimate challenge. Of course, the ball gets in the end zone. This thing's over.
And I remember my coach has always talked about in goal line situations, and now you're in overtime where they have to keep them to 3 points. Otherwise, this thing is done. Win your individual battle within the framework of the team defense. Beat that guy across from you and make a play. I expect them to attack on defense and not sit back.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Panthers, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.